Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Cassie, and on this channel, we talk all things about healing, self-love, and self-care, and of course, becoming your dream woman. And so today, I want to talk about something that is really real and something that God put on my heart heavily this week to discuss. Because you know what? I've been showing up, I've been making the videos, I've been taking the action steps, and I've been doing all the things that God has placed in my spirit to do. And for a while, I thought that was enough. I thought showing gratitude, affirming my desires, and being obedient to the idea that God has given me meant that everything was covered. I thought God just knew my heart, but recently God revealed that something so simple but yet so powerful that I had been overlooking. And that was, I stopped praying for the things that I wanted. I want to be honest here. I've been very consistent. I've been disciplined. I've been listening to the divine guidance. And every day I spend time with God in the morning, at night, keeping him at the center of my life. But here's the truth that most of us don't realize. You can be grateful, you can affirm, you can show up, you can even take action and still be missing one key factor, and that is you have to ask. God says, ask and you shall receive. He doesn't say, think about it and I will read your minds. Or he doesn't say, just be grateful and I'll fill in the gaps. No, you have to ask clearly, boldly, and specifically. And I realized I hadn't been doing that. So lately, I've been making major shifts and I started praying over everything again. My business, my videos, my ideas, my health, my fitness, my family, my finances, my clients, my opportunities, praying over everything. I started praying over the work of my hands and asking God to bless everything that they touch. And I cannot tell you how different it feels. The clarity, the peace, the alignment, the confidence. Because when you pray, you're not just talking to God, you are actually inviting him into the process. And you're saying, God, I'm doing my part. Now I'm asking you to bless it. And here's the next thing I want you to hear clearly. When you pray, be specific, be honest, be unfiltered. God does not like liars, and neither do I. I find that so many people want to sound like they're wanting to help everybody and stuff like that, which is great, but at the same time, you really need to be honest with what you're praying for, right? So I've been praying for some financial shifts and opportunities to open up. And I was very upfront with God about exactly what I wanted the money for and why I want it and what I plan to do with everything. So I'm not pretending, I'm not sugarcoating, I'm not trying to sound humble. I didn't act like my desires didn't matter or if they were too much, because God already knows my heart and he needed to hear my voice. And the truth is that there's so much abundance in the world for you, for me, for everyone. There's no lack of abundance. So don't shrink your desires. Don't minimize what you truly want because you're afraid that it might be too big or too much. Don't talk yourself out of the blessings that God is actually trying to bless you with. You have to believe in the impossible. You have to believe in God's ability to do what you can't. And you have to believe that God can make a way out of no way. You have to believe in God's magic. And here's the thing, when you pray with clarity, when you ask boldly, and when you speak the truth of your desires, you're not being greedy, you're not being unrealistic, you're not being selfish. You are actually walking in faith. You are saying, God, I trust you enough to ask. I trust you enough to dream big. I trust you enough to believe that you want to bless me. And that's when the real shift begins. So today I want to remind you of something simple but so life-changing. Even if you spend time with God daily, even if you show gratitude and you affirm your desires, you still need to pray. You still need to ask, and you still need to speak it out loud. Ask God to bless your hands. Ask God to bless your work, him to bless your business, your health, your relationships, your finances, and so on. Pray boldly, pray honestly, and pray specifically, and then stand in faith as it's already done. because you deserve to receive everything your heart is aligned with. And God is not limited. He can do more in one moment than you can do in 6 months. You just have to ask and believe. That is the key, the belief and the asking. So thank you for watching today. I love you. I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.